Hey YouTube, it's Chris with the Po' Boy Special Channel, and there's Scott, our great gunsmith, and we're over here at Scotty's Gunworks. And man, this is sort of a spur of the moment video, guys. So I kind of walked in on Scott just a few minutes ago, and I said, "Hey Scott, I've got my camera. Let's shoot a video." And he's going to let us do it. And,
yeah.
And so what are we going to do today?
Well, of course, I made a jeweling video at one time. Everybody remembers that one, and it was a really good video. I used my my drill press for that. But since then, I've built a new machine here. This is my jeweling machine, is what I call it. And this is basically all common sense. You know, I just took a little drill press and I shortened it down a little bit, and I took the handle off and I put a knob on it. You know, and the little spring I took off of it, and I put an old lock dial on that to kind of indicate my, you know, how far I need to go with that. Of course, it's all common sense, like I said, but the main reason why I did this is because, you know, being a gunsmith, where you make your money is setup time. You know, if you ain't got a lot of time setting a job up, then obviously you're going to make more money at it. Of course, we're all in this to make money, you know, but quality's the main thing. So anyway, that's kind of the way I got my shop set up, to where I don't have to, you know, have a lot of setup time when I'm doing a job. So that's what this little machine here is. It's going to be dedicated for nothing but jeweling, and I've got the other machine set up for nothing but drilling and tapping for scopes and things like that. And Chris, if you'll show them that, they can kind of have an idea of what I do.
Okay, I have to flip that around over here, guys.
It's right here.
Oh, excuse me.
And you'll see that I've got this right here all set up, and it's just dedicated for nothing but drilling and tapping the scopes. I've got the Foster drilling jig. I've got it mounted on a piece of channel, which everything's trued up, you know, so that kind of saves us a little time. And then I've got another drill press back there for general drill press, you know, drill work. So it's kind of a mess. You'll have to excuse me, but anyway, that's the purpose of the jeweling machine, to just save me on some setup time. And plus I've got everything dedicated over here, all the tools that go with the jeweling machine. It's all set up in here. And we're fixing to jewel a boat. We're going to try it out. Alright, and we've done got it all set up. We're getting ready to do our jeweling here. Now, basically what it all boils down to, I'm just going to try this new machine out. I've got my dial indicator here. So, you know, I'm just going to make sure, I'm going to do a trial run. And if I don't like it, I'm going to take it off and polish it all off and start all over. But there's no reason why it wouldn't turn out good. I've got, like I said, this little dial indicator, which I took off a lock. You know, and that's all I need is just something to make sure I get my little circles in a good, perfectly uniform manner. And that's basically the purpose of that. Alright, now what we're going to do here, we're going to get ready to start the jeweling. And first thing we need after we get it all set up and leveled out and everything, the main thing with jeweling is you want to make sure everything's in contour with this little brush right here. I've got a little bubble level, you know, mounted on there, you know, and I just make sure that that's level. I make sure that's level. Then get everything all leveled up. Then we got our jeweling rouge, which you get this from Brunel. This is 120 grit. Get it from Brunel's, and I just mix up a little bit as I need it. Put a little oil in there, like dew drill oil that you get from Brunel's, and you just basically just put it on there.
Just you're applying that directly to the metal.
Yes, sir. Just apply it to the metal. And I've got a new jeweling brush on there. And it's probably good for a couple of bolts. I wouldn't want to use one too many more times than that.
So the hardware wears out pretty quick on this.
Well, as a matter of fact, I've used them for quite a few bolts, but the first couple of times seems like it does the best.
Okay.
So that's why I just kind of keep it as a rule of thumb to just throw it away after a couple of bolts.
Got it. Quality, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's basically what we do right there. Of course, this is an 03 Springfield bolt, and it's got a little lug on it there, you know, so it's a little more difficult to jewel than your regular Mauser bolt or Remington 700 bolt, you know. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go around this little lug right here, and we'll just kind of play it all by ear. And, you know, after I make a run or two and I ain't happy with it, why, we'll just take it off and polish it down and start all over. Because we're just going, yeah, because we're just basically trying out this new machine right here, and I've got everything calculated where I believe all this is going to work out the way I think it's going to. I think it's going to work out good. So, like I said, we've got a grip over here on this side right here, you know, where we can stay comfortable as we work. And this is a pretty simple, common sense operation. So we'll go ahead and start it and see what happens with it. About 2 turns.
Okay, I'll move back a little bit so I can see the turns you're doing too.
Just really common sense. Like I said, it ain't nothing much to it. You want it to kind of go in a category like a fish scale, I guess, if you will. You know, you want it to kind of, the circles to kind of face you. Alright, we're just about done with it. Of course, we're kind of working our way around this lug right here that's under this tape here. I blued it, you know, so I want to keep that bluing on that lug, so I taped it up, make sure it didn't get scratched. Same way with the handle here. So I'm just kind of working my way around that. And this is all going to be under it anyway, but we still want it to look nice. So basically, we're just putting the finishing touches on it.
So what you've done right now is you've done everything but this last line of diamonding, right?
Yeah, the little circles. Yeah,
Jeweling,
yeah. Little circles, or however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. Jeweling, I guess, is the correct name for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically just working around that lug there, trying to put that fish scale look to it. The little swirls.
I've seen you do this with your old machine, and it was pretty. I'm looking forward to seeing what this looks like. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I am too. I think it'll turn out really nice. Like I said, this is basically the first time I've used it on a 06 Springfield boat, which, you know, it's pretty much the same principle. The only difference is, you know, you got more things to go around with these particular boats here.
So you do 2 turns?
Yeah, I got it measured out with 2 turns, and I got a little dial there, you know, for telling me how far apart I want the...
yeah, your little lock dial right here.
Exactly, yeah. I come off an old lock, or a new lock, actually. One of them old Chinese-made $1.25 locks. I bought the lock just about dialed. That's a good
So
dial.
would you call this a jig or something, or what would you
It
actually...
is a boat jeweling jig is what it is.
Okay.
Our machine. Of course, you can buy these jigs from Brownells. Of course, this right here is a metal one here. I took all the components off the Brownells one, and I just upgraded it. It's basically what I did. Kind of used their design, just made this here a little bit longer, and it's a whole lot more durable.
Well, considering the volume you pump through here, that's probably a good
Yeah,
thing.
and you know, plus what I want to do is I want this thing strong enough where I can do barrels and things like that as well. You know, if you have a hammer or something, you know, I've got all kind of little different setups in there for different things.
Yeah. Well, you're about done with this, so we're just going to let you finish up on camera, because we don't want the folks to miss any of this last run.
Yeah, we don't want to deprive anybody of the excitement here.
All right, and the next step is for you to clean it up, right?
Right, huh?
All right. Well, I tell you what. Do you want to show that on video, or do you want to?
The cleanup process, we can.
Okay.
After I get all this done here, we'll kind of go over that, because it's important to clean it up the right way, because you'll scratch your work if you don't.
Okay, folks. I'll tell you what. I'm going to turn off the camera for a second and wait till he's prepped to clean up.
Okay, now we got it all jeweled. Now we're gonna clean it up. What I always do when I go to clean it up, so I get some hot water out of the tap there, let that get hot. And you want to be careful doing this, because you don't want to mess around and scratch what you've done.
Now, when you say scratch, it's because it's got that rubbing compound
Yeah, it's still
on
got
there,
that
right?
rubbing compound. You can't just wipe it off with a rag. So we want to make sure that, that we get that off in a good way.
Nice gentle way, okay?
Yeah. Take some WD-40. always spray it down real good with that. That kind of cuts that oil.
Now you buy the WD-40 by the truckful, right?
Yeah, I do.
And that really cuts the oil there,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it does. And then just kind of let the water, you know, rub it up, wash it off. I can still feel it on there. So. You can also use like mineral spirits, something like that, but I use this WD-40 as a cleaning solvent on just about everything.
So basically, it's just compound and oil. That's what's on there right now.
That's all it is.
Yeah, and so this kills the oil.
Yeah,
and lets it fall off the metal.
Come on.
Okay.
I have to breathe it. So I can't stress enough about how important it is when you go to clean that. Just make sure you don't scratch it.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll go in there and we'll clean it up. I guess, can you see that in there?
I think I can. It looks good from my angle here.
Yeah, it looks really good.
That's beautiful, man. That's just really pretty.
Yeah, so it turned out really good. So I'll go ahead and take all this tape off and we'll look at it and we'll see what the finished product looks like.
All right. Sounds good.
And as you can see, as I wiped it off, the shinier it gets. So, you know,
really nice.
It really sparkles. So that's
I'm not sure if that's coming on the camera or not, but man, that's pretty.
Yeah, it turned out really good. Because we're going to clean all this off, take all this tape off, and all right, there it is with the workings in there. Fixing to put it in the rifle, but turned out real good. Fitted a different safety mechanism on this particular rifle right here. It's not the military grade one. It's the one where you can use a scope, put a scope on it. That way it'll clear your scope. So we do have that on there. So I believe it's going to turn out real nice. So we'll put it in the rifle and we'll show everybody what it looks like. It's a rifle that I blued. I didn't do anything to the stock on the rifle, but the metal's been re-blued and I did all the metal on it. So we'll show that here in just a second.
I'm excited to see it.
Alright, here's the rifle. Turned out really good. Like I said, I put the safety on it. That the customer wanted. Good looking rifle. Turned out really nice. I'm going to go ahead and make mention of who this gun belongs to because he wanted me to make him a video with this and I kind of ran out of time, I guess. So I thought, well, at least I can do is make a jeweling video, and I'll use this bolt as an example. The fella's name is Carl Haywood. Really nice guy, really patient. So anyway, I believe he'll really be pleased with that. It turned out about the best I could do with it. He wants to do his wood himself, so we're just going to call this one a done deal and get it back to him hopefully before Christmas.
Hey, so, I want to thank you, Scott, and Carl for letting us come over and watch this work. This is just beautiful. This is just beautiful.
Well, I believe he'll be pleased with it. Like I say, you know, it's an old military rifle, old family heirloom. So, you know, a lot of these old military rifles, the receivers sometimes blew up a little bit different than the barrel and all that, but this one here turned out really nice. You know, some of them have a little purple tint to them. This one here, if you hold it in the light, you can probably catch a hint of a purple tint, but really not much to speak of. I think he'll really be pleased with it.
Hey, and this is December 18th, 2017. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. That's right. And I appreciate everybody watching these videos and let me do this work for them.
All right.